That these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Where are you? 53, Mike. Man out. Watch the eye.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tight go. Black. Check. Through. Check. Hey, flipper. Check. Wide. Check hot route. Check nickel.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go. Shake, flipper. Crunch.
Cook following the penalty. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Watch the pass. Out. Two. Switch. Hey, Steamer.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 11-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Off the play fake, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On second and 11 now. Flacco. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Play action. Flacco. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 46 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the screen. Back.
Play action now. Cousins. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. 11 yards there. First down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. He gets it left side to Johnson.
Complete to Olabisi Johnson. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Hey, can. 13. 2.
Cousins gives way to Cook and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, 382. Lane 50. Hey, flicker.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. These two teams all tied after 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Wide. Go ahead.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Passing play. Flacco over the middle. He's got Tyrell Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Wait, ready? Don't get nervous.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Bailey now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
What we got?
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Flacco. And he whips that one incomplete there. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was a target. And it's third down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 21 yards there on third down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Flacco. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Listen to me. You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Check.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Fowler. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Pretty hard, halfway. 20. 54. Now watch one.
On 3rd down, Richard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Quaker Omaha. Rose.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Left 50, left 50. 6 guys, check 6. Hey, receiver.
On play action, Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Heavy on the edges. Line out.
Throwing, Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Dante Fowler. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Third and long for Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
At their own 6-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts, so what you're telling...
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and the Vikings pick up the football. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to him.
Cut strip, the ball's out. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive, as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Fowler getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Richard. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
3rd and 14.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Flacco from the gun. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Now third down and 4.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man as Thielen is complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They go play action here on first down. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Benson Mayowa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Rush in. Hey, receiver. Check 99.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A 39-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will tie things at 17-all. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go, Dean.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Flacco. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Joker. Tyreek on, 132 fighter. Wide. First.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ready, break. Check, right 54. Right 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now it's the backup Greer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Raiders.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I don't think you got it, sir.
A play fake. Now Greer to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go. I'm coming after you.
Play action. It's Greer. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Check. Lucky 48.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Slam.
Rhino. Where's the hot?
On 1st down, it's Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The hot. What are these?
Right there. 54 Mike.
Check back. Black.
Watch out. Double up.
The hot.
Play action now. Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check safety.
Hey, flicker.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Wide.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
A 49-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time, and the Vikings pick up the football, and he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Play fake. Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Raiders' 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now Cook running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. David Morgan, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
34, Raiders 17. Dan
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready up.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Lost the pass.
On 1st and 10, Greer. He's going to let it fly. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Back to the air. Greer on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Kendricks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. On 3rd and long, here's Greer. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now Cousins choosing to back away from the line and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Line out!
Again, it's Abdullah. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon Marshall there on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 1.